how to play keyboard. And for a while, yep, Eminem and Kanye. I used to do a little presentation about Kanye. Polyphonic does do a great bit about him. I'm not going to do that this time, but and if I say kind of old school rap or hip hop, are there any names that come to mind? If we think about think about old music, sometimes people have heard of Bob Dylan or they've heard of Charlie Parker and Miles Davis. How far back does your sense of the oldest exemplars in this genre? Anyone think of old school? Again, it's not something you necessarily will have to have listened to yourself, but you know about, you know the name. Tupac, for sure, yeah. Beastie Boys, yep, very good. All right, so we can go a little bit old school here. You maybe have heard of have you heard of Run DMC before? Does anyone know Run DMC? Well, let me just, I'm gonna play one of the first kind of pop songs that had a rap in it. She's not really considered a rapper, but her name is Blondie, and she had in a song called Rapture, one of the first mainstream songs to have rap in it. And I have to say that in a strange way, rap is the first music that I kind of discovered on my own, and where I discovered it and how I discovered it was in such a narrow window, because I wasn't really from a community that where rap was anything at all. So I grew up in the early '80s, kind of coming of age, and for the most part, the music that I listened to, I didn't have a whole lot of money, so my dad listened to jazz, Duke Ellington, and he had Count Basie, but he also really liked the Beatles. He had Santana. He had some rock albums, in other words. And so for a while, I would listen to my dad's stuff. And then I had a friend who lived away from us. He lived in a much more music area in Bloomfield Hills, and he was learning how to play keyboard. And for a while, the music that I listened to was really what Bruce liked, because he was playing keyboard. So he loved Phil Collins. He loved a band called Asia and Genesis. And in 1984, he did bring over, I remember it distinctly, Van Halen. Now, it has a synthesizer part in the beginning that he learned how to play, but Van Halen, if you know that name, it's all guitars and stuff. And I really dug that. But in 1984, I saw a movie called Breakin'. And I'm going to show you that it's a really cheesy movie. I'll show you the trailer to it here. And I saw it in my local theater, and I had never heard music, not my dad's collection or anything, and I really wanted to hear more of it. And so this is really music that I was choosing on my own. The very first rock album that I ever bought was Def Leppard's Pyromania. So that's the first piece of vinyl that I bought that was rock related. So that was interesting to me, of course, but I think the rap music really caught my ear because I couldn't hear it on the radio. There was no other way to hear it other than to go to this movie. So I'm going to play for you this trailer, and then I want to say something else about my early taste in rap music and how that kind of fits into a kind of broader history. And then we're going to go back in time to everything that I missed and talk a little bit about the prehistory of this genre before getting steadily more serious about it. And so that's kind of the trajectory for today's presentation. But let me show you the trailer to Breakin'. Came out in 1984. I was a middle schooler. So